Painting out of doors became increasingly important in the early 19th century. The artist set himself the task of painting a tree as observed at a specific time of day and under specific light. By painting the particular, individual objects and the conditions under which they were seen, artists could better understand the world. Yet this work is a study, not an end in itself. The knowledge Blechen gained while making it would later help his work in the studio. His nephew Ernst Heinrich remembers the young oak tree hanging in his uncle's apartment in Berlin. Rave lists Bros as owner of the young oak tree. However, the work is not included in the sale of Carl Bros's Blechen collection in 1928.
There's not been a storm like this in the South Coast counties for as long as anyone can remember. Certainly the scale of the devastation hasn't been experienced since the Second World War.
In 1987, England alone, we lost 15 million trees in the space of about an hour. And here at Kew, we lost over 700. The canopies were like the sail of the tree, so the wind hit the canopies and literally pushed them over. It was probably the kingpin of the whole story. The tree had been lifted out of the ground. And we're talking about a big tree that would have been nearly 200 years old. The whole tree lifted out of the ground and then sat back. So the whole root blade came out and slightly tipped the leaned over. Before that, we knew that the tree had been slightly unwell, but this was an opportunity to save it and give it a last chance. We managed to push it back and we propped it, so the props are still under the tree to stop it falling over. And we decided that that would be the last tree to cut off. We would clear all the unreasonably compacted it. So 3 years later, we came back to that tree, picture of that. We just couldn't really understand why. What we realised was over the years, people walking into that had compacted the soil around the roots. The root blade was very compacted. I use a wine glass as an example of a tree. The piece at the bottom, the base that sits on the table and stops the wine glass falling over, is the root plate of a tree. The root plate is very shallow. So on that night, nature picked the tree up out of the ground, shut the roots back in, and then lots of porosity in the soil so that the oxygen can get back down to the roots and any water. And what we realised is that every other tree at Kew was suffering from the same problem.
Blechen gave up a job in a bank to become an artist in 1820, entering the academy in Berlin to study landscape. Late in 1828 he set out for Italy, where he spent 9 months with a community of German artists in Rome and painted free and vivid landscape oil sketches. In the summer of 1829 Blechen traveled down to Naples where he worked assiduously until September when his money ran out, forcing him to return home. Back in Berlin, he taught at the academy and continued to paint, but his studio pictures did not find a ready market. In recent years, however, he has become increasingly recognized as one of the leading German artists of his generation.